Oh boy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eleanor. Happy birthday
Hey.
This is really kind of funny. I was teaching at rural school between Edgerton and Milton, and we had a woodshed with the wood in it, and the kids had to carry that wood in so I had wood inside the schoolhouse to make my fire in the morning. At the last recess, everybody had to get, and probably had 8 kids that first year. So that meant they brought in 8 big chunks of wood. And this particular day, we'd had some kind of a program, and the parents were there. And so it got a little late, and we didn't have a recess, and there was no wood in the schoolhouse. So I said, and the parents were going to take their kids home. So I said, just go ahead, I'll get the wood. And I was carrying the wood in, and he came along. He drove a truck for gasoline for the farmers.
Okay.
And he just pulled the truck up, and he came and carried the wood in for me. And we went to the movie in Janesville that very night. And last week that movie was on at 12 o'clock, and I stayed up to watch it.
It was.
Sat and cried.
What movie was that?
Born to Dance
Born to Dance.
with Eleanor Powell. Now, like that other night, I couldn't believe that old movie was going to be, and it's a beautiful movie. It's dancing, but I sat there and cried.
Do you remember?
30, because he said, if I wait any longer, that's when they called you an old maid. If you didn't get married until you were 30 years old, had to get married before that, or you were an old maid.
Oh, you?
Yeah. That's when he was overseas,
Oh, was he? For,
the Second World War. Yeah.
okay. What branch was he in?
And aircraft.
Oh. Were you worried about him?
Yeah,
Where was he stationed?
in California.
Oh,
And then he was overseas in the Philippines.
Oh. Scary.
Yeah. I've still got some of the letters. I only kept 1 or 2, but I had a whole box full. And he just begged me to get rid of those. Get rid of those, please get rid of those. I'll see what he wrote. So
Oh.
I did, except I think I just kept a couple.
That's good that you have those, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to think. I mean, today is so different and so strange, and they don't stay married, and it can be done, but you got to work together. Yeah. I think before you ever are married, that you really, really ought to be sure you gotta be together. You gotta, and I can never, ever, ever complain. And I knew, really, almost from the minute that I went with him, what kind of a man he was, because I watched him with his mother. And he was so good to his mother. Oh, and I never heard an unkind word out of him in all those years. Never swore, maybe once in a while around men, that I don't know, but I mean, never swore in front of me.
Yeah.
I knew that the way he treated his mother, that's probably the way he'd treat me. And I can remember in Whitewater, when we lived in Whitewater, and one of the mothers of one of the kids I had, she was telling people, my God, you ought to see them. She said, I saw him in the grocery store. Well, he just worships the ground she walks on. He treats her so nice. one day I was in the beauty shop, and then all those girls were just saying nasty things about their husbands.
Mhm.
I didn't like it, and finally I said, please keep still. I said, don't do that anymore. I said, what's the matter with you? And one was, well, oh, I suppose you think you got the most wonderful husband in the world. I said, I have. But I said, you gotta work with him.
Right.
I mean, maybe some of those young kids get married too soon, or it's fun, it's just flighty, and I don't think they really love each other, so. Well, I guess the most difficult is that I can't do the things I'd like to do, and although I still do my own work. I do one room a day. I got it all down to the science. The bathroom gets cleaned one day, the kitchen gets cleaned, dusting gets done, laundry gets done another, and it's hard for me to go up and downstairs, and it's getting harder because of this. I have to plan it so that everything works together. Well, what I miss most of all, of course, is my husband, but I mean, it's
Aw.
dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I truly miss that. I've enjoyed it. I really have. I mean,
Yeah.
I will not just sit in the house and sit and cry and say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, and you can't do that. But I've been very fortunate because my nieces take me all the time. And like last weekend, her husband, I mean, that was the most wonderful thing because I really appreciate it. I wanted to see that baby, and I wanted to have a 4-generation picture taken, and we did.
Too. Good
Yeah.
attitude.
Yep. It has to be. Yeah.
Positive thinking.
And going to church.
Yeah.
That I really and truly. No, I haven't regretted it at all. I mean, I've enjoyed it, old age, but I do, my knee hurts, and some days it's really, really hurts, and I don't like that, of course, but I've
Yeah.
been very fortunate in that also that Dr. Colsey has been so good to me.
Right. Do you read?
Oh, I read all the time.
Yeah.
I just read constantly. I don't
That's
go
why
to bed
you're-
till 1 o'clock at night because I'm reading.
That's why you're so sharp, I think. You're amazing. You inspire me. You inspire so many people.
But anyway, I had a wonderful life. So,
You did.
yeah, had a very good life. Thank you, thank you.
102. Okay, here she
I-
goes.
Maybe.
You can, Eleanor. Come on, you got this. Yay. Awesome. All right.